Hey everybody, Cowboy here. All eyes are on Bitcoin, so we did a quick look at Bitcoin to see if in fact it may have topped or not. And we have a couple of different ways that could go. If you stick around after this clip, you'll be able to find out who we are, how to find us, what we do, or just simply look at that website at the bottom of the screen, www.algofactory.tech, or zap that QR code. In the meantime, enjoy the show. You have a particular pattern in anything tradable, usually, right? But we've seen this pattern and not work recently. So on the 23rd of October, price made a spike. And then what it did was it tried to hit that top again. So it retraced, tried to hit the top again and was lower and then moved back down. But then it moved back up. Okay. So at this point, we're seeing the same kind of thing. And so far, this is a top formation, right? But what we saw that was a little bit different this time was more of a blow-off situation. Price went up to almost 38,000, which is a psychological number, and it's actually an important number for a lot of reasons. And then it broke off hard. One single candle down to 35.6. That's a big move down. And then price did try to renegotiate that high and not make it, and then has continued down since then. So that is a top formation. That means that there is a probability the price is topped out, and you're only going to see so many of these crazy moves up before price gets tired of doing that, right? But each one of these crazy moves up had that top formation. So, what'll happen is price tops out, everybody gets exhausted, but then whoever's running things wants price to go up. Okay, that might just be regular traders running things. I'm not suggesting necessarily that it's like someone in the background saying we need price to go up, although it very well could be happening with algos. But I think a lot of it might just be like a lot of the ETF news coming out and people freaking out over that, even though it's like not finalized or anything like that. But people hear ETF and not ETF and they think, Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million. And I mean, that's not something I would trade on. But you can see how quickly price, after all these, like from the 8th of November until say all the way to the 9th. So the 8th this is about 24 hours, a little under 24 hours. And then within 2-3 hours, price like really headed back down hard. I mean, that's pretty much a mini, like small version of a blow off top. It's a very, very hard move down, but price was held up right here, tried to like renegotiate that top. And again, you can see it on a more granular fashion here, in a more granular fashion as it is headed down. Now, it could continue down, but again, we saw that several times already on the way up, so it could happen again. So you're going to have your clue if price touches this high and even breaches that high again and stays above that for, I don't know, even in a few hours, there's a decent chance it's going to go up. And chances are, if it is going to go up, price would breach that, and it would breach that and it'll head up pretty hard, chances are. So that can happen. I mean, it's, things are a little different now. Not that this time is going to be different, but every market, every iteration of the Fourier cycle does have its own characteristics. Let's put it that way. So, is retail hungry enough? Is retail thirsty enough because of the ETF stuff? Like, could retail push it up? Because in the end, it can. It generally doesn't, but if retail bands together and gets that excited, it can. If all of a sudden your ETF is like, hey, BlackRock is approved and we're offering it next week, then chances are you might see a big move up, and who knows what's going to happen. But the Fourier thesis, which is something on which I'm still operating, says that price will actually head back down. And of course, Bitcoin will probably almost certainly take all the rest of the cryptos with it. And, I'm expecting a move back down. Whether it goes up a little bit more or not, I'm expecting a retracement to the low 20s, right? I mean, it might stop around 24, 25. That's an area of support that's been kind of developed right here. But I would expect to move down to the low to mid 20s. But that's who knows. Like I said, we only have a few halvings, so to say that the prior halvings happened this way and they're going to happen this way again, that's also probably not a wise thing to say as gospel, because it's not a very large sample size. You're not back testing with large numbers, and back testing only really works with large numbers. When you're when you are doing a scientific experiment and you want to look for correlation, you want to do many, 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 many experiments, right? The more experiments, the better. The more data, the better. And we just don't have a lot of data. There have been, 3, 4 halvings. It's a very small sample size. So, we're just going to have to see what happens. But again, it doesn't matter to me per se. The 4-year cycle has held. So whether or not it goes back down, the halving is coming up probably in May, because no one really knows the exact hour of the halving, but, it's all based on how many blocks come out and all that kind of thing. But it should be around May. And then I think maybe a month or two after May, we'll see, the real move up begin. Probably a ramp up to May if price heads back down. If it doesn't, then I don't know. It's kind of new territory. So that's the way that Bitcoin looks right now. Fortunately, I have charts and algorithms to tell me if price is going to at least short-term head up or down, and I can take advantage of that. Otherwise, with crypto, I just hold it, and I've had some of the same crypto for years and years that I just have not sold. And that has put me ahead in a big way. So we are live every weekday, 8:30 AM EST, giving out free content. Come check us out on YouTube. Come talk to us. Go over to the website. That's www.algofactory.tech. Again, www.algofactory.tech. And for a limited time promotional offer, we are giving out memberships at $49.99 a month. There's a ton that we're offering over there. Come see what that's about. Also, you can see our Twitter link. All the links are up on YouTube. Come talk to us on social media. See us on the live YouTube videos. We hope to see you soon.